Hey, it's Amin from Code Crushers. Do you want to highlight your unique skill set on my next episode? Click below. This is Amin Mahamed with Code Crushers. We talk to seasoned developers around the world so they could show us their tricks of the trade. Today, we had the code assassin with us, Vlad Levshin. Vlad, how you doing?
Hi, Amin. I'm doing good, thank you.
I wanted to ask you, on a personal level, what project are you currently working on? Give us a little bit of an idea of what you're working on lately.
Right now, I'm working on my own project, and that's my let me call it my pet project. It's also technology-wise, it's my own stack. It's a single-page application, web application, but the application itself is gonna, I hope, to provide pretty advanced capabilities for workflows, like enterprise workflows. Things like approval of like budget approval of certain tasks and whatever, in which teams will be involved and multiple persons will need approve and route from one person to another. And yeah, you have tools which would give you capabilities like that. One of those is well-known tool, which is Kissflow. But they typically will provide you some limited ways to define your the forms where you would need to, which you would like to improve. So you need to have very flexible routing rules. You need to have very flexible ways to build your form, which you want to route. And yeah, that's basically what I'm working on right now.
Excellent, awesome, really interesting stuff. So Vlad, what have you got for us next? Hey, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive the newest updates. Hope you enjoyed the rest of the episode.
Over the last few years, multiple powerful features had been added to JavaScript language. We will look at a couple of them now. As an example, we'll consider re-implementing of lodash get function. It's very handy to have a function to access nested property of the objects in a dynamic way, the one that I often use in my projects. So let's say you have an object which is defined like this, a nested object. As you know, in JavaScript you can access properties of an object using dot notation or using a bracket notation. And with the bracket notation you pass a string as a property name. And it works. But if you want to go deeper, you could still use dot notation like follows. But unfortunately, it's not possible to use bracket notation passing a string, because with the bracket notation, JavaScript will try to find the object that has this particular name, in this case a.0.b.c, because JavaScript allows dots in the name of the properties. So it will not find it because this is just property A on our object, right? Okay, so it's when lodash get function comes to rescue, and it can help you to find property using the dot separated string as a path. So this is how we could implement this function ourselves without lodash, right? So it will accept three arguments: the source object, the path, and the default value. As the first thing, we will check whether the path is an array or if it's a string, and if it's a string, we will split it. So now we get an array, and we can use a standard array reduce function, iterating over the path and drilling deeper into our object. Just need to check whether we get undefined value on the way while drilling deeper. We'll use a conditional ternary operator for that. So eventually, if you get undefined, meaning nothing existed at the path you provided, you may just want to return a default value. That's how we do it. And it works. But here's the implementation, which is more concise and I would say better. And it's just one liner, because the first line is the same, right? We'll just check whether the incoming argument is an array, and if not, we'll just split it. So, but then we also apply reduce, which we'll do just one line, and we would use a conditional chaining operator to check whether it's the value on which we check the variable, the property, actually exists. And if it doesn't, it will return undefined. It's a safe way to drill into an object. And once we get a value, we'll return it. But if this value is undefined, we would use a nullish coalescent operator to return the default value. And as you can see, this is much more concise and just more elegant looking. Thank you.
That's all the time we have for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. And also follow us at LinkedIn and Facebook.